You guys remember that one time when my friend Will kidnapped me, took me to Hawaii, and then surprised me with a one-way fast travel ticket to the ground? Yeah, me neither. But to be honest, doing that was so fun. Will and I decided to go again just a few months later. The only problem is options for skydiving in Colorado are limited. And I didn't know until I was in the plane that the skydiving place we chose was sketchy as frick. So after deciding we wanted to go skydiving again, after the absolute unreal experience we had in Hawaii, Will and I are looking up skydiving places near us in Colorado. And there were like 3 to 4 decent looking places. So we called up the one closest to where we live and...
Hi, thank you for calling Kiss Your Butt Goodbye Skydiving.
Hey there, I'd like to book an appointment for...
Unfortunately, due to unpredictable weather conditions, we are closed for the season. Please call again in the spring. Thank you.
Ah, bummer. Maybe this place.
Hello, this is High Skydiving.
Hi, I would like to...
Thank you for calling. Unfortunately, we are closed for the season, but we hope to have your business in March. Thank you.
We call a few more places, but we get the same pre-recorded messages. Right now, it's late November. Are we really gonna have to wait until March? Hold on, let me call this one last place. Maybe they stay open later. Dude, that's such a bummer. I was really hoping we...
Hello, one-way skydiving. This is Ricky.
Oh, hey Ricky, you're not a pre-recorded message, are you?
I don't think so. Hold on, let me check.
Hey Dave, am I a pre-recorded message? I don't think so. Great, thanks.
No, sir, I do believe I am a real boy. What can I do you for?
Oh, great. I was just wondering if you guys are still open for the season?
Well, normally no, but, if y'all want to jump, we could probably figure something before we close.
Wait, really?
Heck yeah! That's what waivers are for, right? How does tomorrow sound?
I mean, it's either this or we wait for like 4 months. You know what? Tomorrow works great. Let's do this.
Absolutely perfectular. We'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning.
Great, we'll see you then. Woo! Let's go, we found a place. Dude, this is gonna be so sick. I can't wait to feel the rush again. Dude, me too. So next morning, bright and early, we drive a few hours out into the middle of nowhere to the skydiving place. We pull up and... this is the right place, right? Well, that's what it says on the website. Oh, look, you can see the plane. You'd think a skydiving place would have more than one plane. I'm sure they have more somewhere. Come on, let's go. Oh, for sure. We walk inside, and it's just a big, empty barn with some skydiving equipment in the corner. Ah, you must be Will and Boards. How's it going, fellas? I'm Ricky. Nice to meet you. Hey, Boards, you'll be jumping with me, and Will, you'll be jumping with Jebediah here. In the meantime, Jess will give you boys the safety briefing and get you all suited up. Dave, we got any more croutons? I need something to munch on. I'll check the trunk. You the man. Hi, fellas. My name's Jess, and I'll be giving you the official safety rundown. So first, we're gonna get you all suited up. Then we're gonna walk on over to that there plane, fly up to roughly 13,000 feet in the air, and jump out of it. Capiche? Wait, that was the safety briefing? Yes, sir. Any questions? Well, I was wondering... Great, let's get you two suited up. They start putting these harnesses on me and Will, and I look over to him like, dude, I wanna be honest, I'm getting a little nervous. Does this place seem kinda sketchy to you? Yeah, I'm kinda getting some weird vibes, not gonna lie. Let me just set the scene for you guys real quick. It's real quiet in this giant warehouse with a grand total of like 5 people in it, including me and Will, surrounded by what looks like a farm out in the middle of nowhere. At this point, this skydiving place felt more like a family hobby than an actual legitimate business. And just when I think it couldn't feel any sketchier, I look over to see Ricky, way over at a single desk in the corner. I'm not kidding you. Eating a bag of croutons, watching a beginner's tutorial on how to operate a parachute.
Today, we're gonna talk about the basics of skydiving.
It's so quiet in here, I can hear the video from here.
The first thing you do when you get to a drop zone is you wanna make sure your gear is in good working order.
At first I was like, okay, he's totally messing with us. That's just a bit he probably does for fun, to scare the people he jumps with. And honestly, that's kind of hilarious. But he watched the whole video.
This is how you deploy your main canopy, and this is how you deploy your reserve in case you need it.
And even rewinded some parts. Oh, that's right. Wow, he's really committed to the bit. A few minutes pass, we're sitting on this bench waiting for our instructors to tell us it's go time. And while we're waiting, I try to make some small talk with Ricky and Jebediah. So, how many times have you guys jumped out of a plane, you think? Must be a ton if you're literal skydiving instructors. And Ricky goes, couple of good ones. Just a couple? Yep, a couple good ones. And Jebediah hasn't and still doesn't say a word. All right, guys. Oh, here comes the pilot. Let's fly. Okay, that part might have been a little bit of an over-exaggeration, but that's what it felt like. The vibes of this whole place are screaming as if Ricky and Jebediah were sitting on the porch of their farm one day and went, we should start a skydiving company with our drunk friends. I am getting super nervous. I can't tell how much of this is just a bit so that they can have a little bit of fun and scare their customers, and how much of this is actually sketchy. But before I knew it, we were walking over to the plane, and the plane seems like it's seen some better days. Come on, boys, let's go! I'm walking over to this loud, sketchy plane, and Ricky goes, "You ever get the sinking feeling you're forgetting something?" Dude, I can't tell if this guy's joking or not. But he has to be, right? I mean, they wouldn't have a website and charge to do this kind of thing if it wasn't perfectly safe, right? Good heavens, Bondsworth, is that duct tape on the wing of that plane? Oh, sorry, old chap, I can't hear a thing because of the incredible noise cancellation on Raycon's Everyday Earbuds Classics. What did you say? What? I say, you simply must try these earbuds by Raycon, the sponsor of this video. Active noise cancellation, multi-point connectivity so you can pair with 2 devices at the same time, and this lovely ergonomic design that actually stays put in my ears. Bondsworth, are you doing an ad read? And they now come in colors like cool mint. Who knew earbuds could look this stylish? I feel like they suit me personally. Is this another Raycon ad? And with up to 32 hours of battery life, plus awareness mode, I can hear what's going on around me when I'm walking the corgi, or I can block out everything, fully zone in with active noise cancellation at the gym, while running errands, or even while working from home. Are those the Everyday Earbuds Classics? Good heavens, that noise cancellation is really something else! You get premium audio at half the price of the mainstream brands with over 3 million customers and a 30-day happiness guarantee. Bondsworth, the plane is drifting! Exactly, and these Everyday Earbuds Classics are here for the holiday season. Just hit the link in the description and go to buyraycon.com/storyboards to save up to 20% off Raycon audio products site-wide. Order by December 15th if you want them by Christmas, because great gifts shouldn't show up late. Let's say, what a pleasant breeze. We pile onto the plane. I'm sitting with Ricky, Will's with Jebediah, and we take off. We're getting higher and higher, and because Colorado is so cold and windy, we are getting tossed like a salad through the air. And Will and I look at each other like, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Everything just happened so fast. We're already on the plane. We can't back down now. But like I said before, it's gotta be safe, right? I mean, these guys are professionals. There's nothing to worry about. Right then, a random piece of my harness just unhooks itself and starts flying around. Is this supposed to be attached to something? Oh, would you look at that? Okay, dude. This whole time, I've been pretty confident that these guys have just been messing with us. From watching a literal parachute tutorial and the, I've only had a couple of good jumps, all the way to the 2-second safety briefing. But this is a whole other level. I am not a parachute harness expert, so I don't know what just suddenly came loose right there. And maybe it wasn't vital. Maybe it was just an extra strap. But this begs the question, will anything else on my harness suddenly decide to come loose at any point before I'm back on the ground? All right, boys, we're now at roughly 13,000 feet, so why don't you guys go ahead and jump out of that perfectly good door right there. That's all you, Jebediah. I guess Will's going first, which is a little nerve-wracking because last time we went skydiving, I was the one who went first. And later on the drive home, Will told me how crazy it was to watch my body suddenly disappear out of a plane going over 100 miles an hour. So this probably won't make me feel any better. They go up to the edge, and... all right, I guess we're doing this. Watching that was way more horrifying than his description. To suddenly watch my good friend Will get sucked out of a moving airplane 13,000 feet in the air with an ethically questionable company made me pee a little. Now, right, boards, you ready? Great, let's go. We step up to where Will was at the edge of the door. The wind is going crazy outside. And I look over to see, is that Will? He's already like 10 miles away from us, even though he just jumped like 2 seconds ago. And Ricky goes, on 3, ready? Well, hold on a second. He pushed me out of the plane! We barrel roll out of the plane and start hurling towards the unforgiving earth at terminal velocity. Last time I went skydiving, we had our arms and legs out for stability the whole time. But Ricky here independently decided we should be a human missile. We are flying towards the earth like that actor with the eyebrows, spinning like a torpedo, like we're gonna try to drill a hole through the earth. And Ricky finally throws his arms out, causing us to stabilize. In these 2 seconds of peace, I immediately look around for Will, but I don't see him. Is he dead? Did he make it to the ground already? We're going like 700 miles an hour, and before I can see Will, Ricky pulls the chute. But, it doesn't open? We are still hurling towards the earth, and our chute is just trailing behind us. I am actually praying to Jesus so hard because I feel like this could be it. But thankfully, I know I die right here, right now. I'm gonna be standing before the King of Kings, and Jesus is gonna welcome me into the pearly gates with open arms saying, well done, good and faithful servant. But what in the name of me were you thinking? And just when I'm repenting for farting and blaming the dog, the chute opens. I sigh in relief that my time isn't up yet. And that reminds me to look around and see if I can find Will. But before I can see him, Ricky goes, hey, you mind holding these for a sec? Are those for the parachute? Yep, but you gotta hold on tight because they're a pain to get back. I grab on and death grip those suckers, like my life depends on it, which it does. And Ricky goes, pulling on the right means we go right, and left is left. Simple. Now pull as hard as you can on the right. Pull on the right? Yeah, come on, hard as you can muster. Are you sure about this? Yeah, go for it. So before I can think about it too hard, I yank on the right handle as hard as I can, and we start doing corkscrews straight downward. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's probably the sickest thing I've ever done in my entire life, but I'm still horrified because we're not slowing down. Then in a split second, Ricky grabs the reins, straightens us out, and gently sets us down in the field right next to the barn. It was one of the most skillful things I've ever seen in my life. I can barely stand, but I look around to see, where's Will? You looking for your buddy? Yeah, where is he? I look up, and Will is parachuting safely above us on his way to the ground. Whew. Wait, if he jumped first, how did I land before him? He comes down like, whoa, that was sick! Boards? We thank all 5 people in the barn and start on our way home when Will tells me that he's just happy I'm alive because all he saw while he was up there was me and Ricky plummeting towards the earth at 100 miles an hour with a half-open chute. I thought by this point I'd have an idea on whether or not Ricky knew exactly what he was doing or if it was genuinely his 3rd time skydiving and I still have no idea. I mean, in 2 seconds, he expertly straightened us out and got us safely back down to the ground, but the random piece of my harness coming loose on the plane is still a bit concerning. If I ever go skydiving again, the only place I'll go is that first place Will and I went to in Hawaii, because even though it was spontaneous and scary, at least it was professional. Definitely check out that video if you haven't already. Hit the link in the description and check out my merch. Subscribe if you enjoyed. Thank you everybody so much for watching.